Divided Sports Podcast, episode 36. In this episode, NFL training camp has officially begun. So we'll be talking about what top stories we're looking forward and keeping an eye on. Jaylen Brown is traded to the Celtics, traded to the Nets, potentially, possibly. We'll never know. We'll also get into some segments. King of the Court, Kyler Murray. Does he have to study or does he not? Let's go ahead and get into some few housekeeping things before we start. Make sure you guys are following us on all social media, Twitter, hdsportspod on Twitter. I'm going to start putting up some more stuff for you guys. TikTok, you guys saw we start posting some stuff on TikTok, House of Light Sports Podcast, YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button right there, man. Hit the like with get the light a fat punt. You know what I'm saying? Get the like a fat punt it down 80 yards down the field, man. Give it a nice little like button. And then obviously we're on Instagram and Facebook at FTO Entertainment, which I'm currently locked out of. That's why you guys get a post. But we'll get it right, man. All right, man. Smooth Chubbs. We got Joey back on here, the Dak defender.
Let me know. Let me know, and I go grab my cape.
Where's the cape, man?
Let me know before so I can go grab my cape, man. I'll be back.
Before we go ahead and get started, y'all got anything y'all want to say to the people before we go ahead and get started?
Oh no, it feels good to be back. My second episode, consistently back on. I'm trying to be on here as much as possible now. But glad to be back. Glad to be talking about both NBA and NFL as the season's coming around. And again, shout out to all the viewers. Got to 100K or not. I'm sorry. Ooh, that would have been crazy. We got to 100K. Got out to 1K. But yeah, appreciate it. Keep on tuning in.
Yeah, for the next couple of weeks, everybody know Chubbs coaches football, so we can't do twice a week. So we're just gonna be recording on Fridays, getting into you guys for Saturday. So it'll be football and basketball for the next few weeks. Once school starts, then we'll be able to give you guys both Monday and Friday content. But right now, Coach Chubbs is in the building, so we got he got to take care of his kids and get them ready, future stars of the NFL. So
next generation.
All right, let's go ahead and get started, man. So training camp has officially begun, and I really want us to all talk about stories that we're keeping our eye on. So 3 things that you're watching throughout the training camp. So I don't know who wants to go first.
Is this for like NFL as a whole or your team?
NFL as a whole. So any stories and things you're keeping an eye on. It may not be a story, but maybe a story to you. So
I gotta think about that one. Let's see.
Guy doesn't check the dog.
I can start though, man. But like, I've just been keeping on the Dolphins, man. Just watching Tua progression and see him and Tyreek and see how they gonna build things and how they gonna see their timing and stuff. So I'm really just kind of fixed on them. I even changed my Twitter profile to Tua, man. So
this is crazy. Anybody doesn't know
that.
Joey was the Tua slander guy.
Whoa! Listen.
We had a bet.
I want to clear things up. I want to clear things up. I have never called Tua trash.
That's a lie.
No. I have said no. Listen, let me finish. I have said Tua has played trash.
What's the synonym?
I said he has played trash. I never called Tua trash.
Trash.
This is the main thing.
The other synonym of trash. You call garbage. I've never called Tua garbage. Joey. I'm telling you right now, I never called Tua garbage. This is what I always said about Tua. I said, and it's on your pod. It's recorded. I said Tua was not the reason. I said Tua was not the good pick for the Dolphins because Tua came off a bad injury. And the biggest thing that I argue with you guys said, "Oh, Tua's put you over 500." Put you over 500. And that was the main thing Chubbs always used to say. And I said, Tua didn't do anything. You guys are praising Tua for not doing anything. And that's what I was saying. He's not doing anything because the defense is winning his games and he was playing pretty much the bare minimum. And that's where I probably would set it out of frustration because you guys would probably gaslighting me and getting me upset. Like, no, he's balling. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's not playing that well. You backed out of a bet you lost when it benefited you of getting the
I did not back out.
You did.
I did not back out.
Where's your
we've talked about this.
Hey, where's your Tua jersey? Where's your Tua jersey?
We've talked about
Where's your Tua jersey?
But Chubbs, I said I would buy it. You told me not to. You said and we talked about it.
We got it.
He missed many games. Did he not? Did he not? That was the bet. That was the bet. But look, hey, if you want me to buy the jersey, I'm gonna buy it.
I mean, you're gonna do it now because you like him. Nah, I'm gonna buy it anyway. I made the bet because you were talking trash about Tua. That's the whole point.
No, the whole thing was Herbert should have been the draft pick instead of Tua, and that was my main argument. If anybody say different,
been there.
Argue me and tell me
this bet was came from you talking trash about Tua.
You guys said Tua was going to be great. I said Tua was going to be good for you. He was going to be good for you. And I was like, Tua has not done anything. That's when I was saying to you guys. And you said, what? And I said, man, after that season, Fitzpatrick won half of those games for us.
He was throwing the same passes he's throwing in these clips, and now he's magically going to have a great year.
He wasn't throwing the same passes to these clips because he didn't have the same receivers.
Bro,
question. Bro, so all your stories are pertaining to the Dolphins. I want everybody else to get all the rest of their stories out. Then we're gonna circle back on the points. But Chubbs, what is your stories, or are you prepared?
I mean, selfishly, I'm prepared for Lamar, just silence everybody because I know I talk about Lamar a lot, but like this offseason has been really crazy. Like his name has been in the media really often. Him, Kyler Murray, and Patrick Mahomes all have been talked about. And what if they all have similarities as? They're black NFL quarterbacks. Why are they everybody highly critiquing them?
Well, I would say Kyler's is more self-inflicted than anyone.
But you know what I'm saying. I'm just looking forward to those guys just like shutting everybody up because I hate this little narrative about these guys that are coming out of nowhere.
I don't think they're going to shut anybody up in training camp.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some nice clips. But like, you know how clips are. Clips are the best you did during practice. They're not going to show the bad stuff. So like, I don't know. I'm looking forward to preseason out of the off season. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing some sort of football. That's all I can say. Like, I don't know any really stories that are out there besides Lamar's contract. I hope that gets done. But we're going to talk about that.
Smooth.
I'm going to start by saying we should have put that segment in the fade room because that was a great back and forth. I loved it. Pertaining to my team specifically, last time I checked, Bill Belichick was having a punt catching contest with linemen, so there's really not too much to look forward to when it comes to honestly. I don't know what's going on with the Patriots as far as what's exciting about them this year. Mac Jones is still our quarterback. Stop it. Mac Jones is still our quarterback.
I got something to say.
Stop it.
Can I say something?
Anything.
I have another excited.
The reason why I'm not excited about Mac Jones is because they brought in who?
You don't even know. You know Mac Jones now.
I know Mac Jones, the receiver. Devontae Parker is his help. Okay. Let's be serious. So I'm not excited about, the Patriots this year as much as, I have been in the past. But that's okay with me because, I'm always going to throw it in your face. We got 6. Our era is probably over for a little bit. On another note, though, I am – you said what?
Don't turn into a Steeler fan, please. Talk about
Rams. Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna always be a Patriots fan. I'm gonna watch the Commanders, see what they can do because that's my home team. That's where I'm from. But on another note, I want to see what Baker's going to do in Carolina. I heard that he was actually looking pretty good in training camp. I know Teddy B is Sam Darnold. I'm sorry, Sam Darnold is competing with him in that spot. And he's become DJ Moore has become one of his favorite targets because I'm anxious to see if Baker does win that starting spot, how is his chemistry going to be with the whole receiving corps as a whole? Because that Robbie Anderson beef was a thing, and obviously if that's
he squashed that.
Well, yeah, he said he squashed it, but when you come out publicly and say some stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, it's always going to be some underlying feelings, especially from a quarterback to a receiver.
Can I be honest? Like if you're him, you're a receiver, and that was your quarterback, and they're talking about bringing somebody in, wouldn't you defend your quarterback? that got like. That's what he said.
I'm gonna defend my quarterback.
That's the reason why he said what he said about Baker.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna shoot myself in the foot by saying.
It sounded genuine. It wasn't like he was like looking like he was nervous up there.
But that goes both ways, Chris, because if they do bring in another quarterback to compete for that job, then what? You're gonna have to figure out, because I just said that he already done start targeting DJ Moore. Like DJ Moore has become a favorite for him, and what I've been seeing in camp.
He's the better receiver though, so
yeah. But DJ Moore is a better receiver, so yeah.
But no, I do agree with you, Dio. But I understand his point of view. Sam Darnold was his quarterback in the Jets, who basically helped him get paid. So now he's in Carolina. He's like, yo, I know. I mean, this guy got chemistry, even though we had a bad year last year. So, my stories that I'm really keeping an eye on. Number one, I'm paying attention close to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now that Urban Meyer is not there, Trevor Lawrence had a pretty terrible first year as a rookie. Doug Peterson is there. I want to see what changes and how Trevor Lawrence looks and how he's feeling and what's the news coming out of there. My second news is obviously Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to see who's going to win this QB competition, who's going to be the successor to Big Ben. And then lastly, I'm watching Trey Lance. He is officially named the quarterback to be in the 49ers. So I want to see where that goes. And now how is he looking? And also one more thing, I do want to see how Carson Wentz and the Commanders are looking. So
I have a question. Are QB battles in the NFL? Do you think that would be like the coach's like nightmare to have a QB battle?
I think if you go into the season not knowing who your QB is, that is a problem. That's why I hated when the Steelers drafted Kenny Pickett, because now it's like some people may breed out, but at the end of the day, some receivers may like this quarterback. You just put your team up to have a split locker room, in my opinion, unless you got a strong coach. So you got Mike Tomlin, so it's like easier to control. But for the most part, I think that's how you set the team up to have a split locker room.
And the reason I say that is because I'm a Dolphins fan. It literally happened my entire life. Literally QB battles, and every time is either we play someone for half of the season, and then the other half we play somebody else. And
Great.
That it literally is it. You can't win it. Like you can't.
We played in college. Majority of our college, we had a QB battle.
Facts.
And if you have two QBs, you don't have none. It's a great saying.
So. I'll say this about like to your point, Joey. Like I think quarterback, if it makes sense, like I feel as though your first string and your second string have to be somewhat of the same caliber, because quarterback is one of the positions in which if one goes down, they're now in control. So your quarterback can't just be a scrub. Like you have to be developing your second string, third string quarterback week after week. Like he has to be just as good, if not obviously not better, because if he was better, he'd be starting. But he has to be just as good as your first string, because any like quarterback is more liable to, besides the running back position, to take more hits. Injury, they have the ball in their hands. 100% of the snaps, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's gunning for the quarterback. So if your first string goes down, everybody's automatically looking to your second string to be able to carry that team. So I don't think it's necessarily a battle, but it's definitely like it's a battle within themselves to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Now I think that's more relevant in college. Like you would need that more in college than you need that in the NFL. Because when we look at successful teams in the NFL, their backup, like the quarterbacks, they are way better than their backup. And we know if that quarterback goes down, it's a wrap for that.
If it's close like that,
if it's close, it's a QB battle, and then that's where you have a problem.
Yeah,
I would say, my bad. Go ahead, Wayne.
I was gonna say that's how the locker room looks. Like you can see, for example, Cam Newton and Mac Jones are close. If they would have kept Cam Newton there, he would have been the backup. They don't make the playoffs. It's locker room split. So, like, for example, if Kenny Pickett wins the job over Mr. Trubisky, they have to get rid of Mr. Trubisky. especially when it's a veteran and a rookie, you have to get rid of one of those people, or the locker room is going to be messed up.
I don't think so.
You can't get rid of him this year because if you start Kenny and something happens and Kenny's just not working out, you're going to have to put Mitch in.
Yeah,
I think 75% of that statement, Joy, is true as far as like, because I look at the Patriots when Tom Brady went down. It was that system kept them successful.
Matt Castle got lucky.
That's a different.
It wasn't
that's
lucky.
different.
You don't get lucky.
Matt Castle.
That's why I said like. That's why I say like 75%.
It's different because that's Belichick. Belichick's system is proven to make quarterbacks better.
But you seen Cam go into that system and wet the bed. So
we're not gonna do that to Cam.
We're not gonna do that. You can't say that.
We're not gonna do that to Cam. First of all,
so you had like one or two good games. Something happened about Cam.
No. Let me
act like
break it down.
Like Cam shouldn't have been. I'm not saying Cam was terrible, but he wasn't good either, bro.
So
you're telling me that Cam shouldn't have been way better than what he was playing with Bill Belichick in that system?
Well, Cam first he got COVID. Before he got COVID, Cam was looking like a top 10 quarterback. Once he got COVID, we know COVID makes everybody play bad. You don't come back the same. You ain't practice for a week. You're trying to rush it. You're trying to get back into shape. And for the quarterback Cam is, he has to be in shape. He has to do all this. And he just wasn't able to throw the football for 2 weeks. Two, we're not going to act like they didn't miss 9 starters from their defense that year Cam was there. That was big. You're missing 9 starters from your defense. He was just in a bad situation. Like pretty much like half the starters from the previous year, offense and defense, more than half, were gone. He was throwing it to Jacoby Myers,
who people think are going to have a big year for fantasy football purposes.
But my point is, bro, like
I saw that.
When did the Patriots ever had nickname? You saying Jacoby Myers as if like.
But
y'all say Julian Edelman, people like Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, like these people that
you're naming one team though, and we that one.
That's what I said. That's why I said like that's why I said like that statement is like 75% true.
It can be,
but look, you
can go to other bro. When Drew Brees got hurt, bro, and Teddy Bridgewater carried that team to the playoffs, was winning games.
Teddy Bridgewater, it was a game manager. He played that game differently.
He was in a good situation.
And he was in a good situation.
And Mac Jones came back. The defense was top 10. And they were running the ball efficiently.
He didn't play
Mac Jones didn't do anything.
Right.
Bill Belichick never gave Tom Brady any props, like media-wise. He gives props to Mac Jones. So what's that tell you? Like, Mac Jones might be special, saying. He didn't give the GOAT any props.
What did Mac Jones?
Mac Jones is far from special.
Anything, bro. Mac Jones hasn't done anything.
Why is Bill Belichick speak so highly?
That was my same argument about Tua. He hasn't done anything. Why
he beat
are
Mac Jones twice?
The defense did. The defense beat Mac Jones twice.
Yeah,
but
it still didn't.
Bills are winning that division anyway. So like.
Well, their biggest competition, I think, is going to be the Dolphins.
Don't get started into that division. That's coming up next.
It's the Jets, but let's be real.
All right. So those are our stories for what we're looking for and paying attention throughout training camp. The next 2 stories we could put them together is talking about Diontae Johnson and DK Metcalf. So DK Metcalf just signed an extension. I want to get the exact numbers on here. But what do you guys think about DK Metcalf committing to the Seahawks for another 3 years, $72 million? So yeah, 58.2 guaranteed, which includes a $30 million signing bonus, which is the most and highest ever for any receiver. So, what are your guys' thoughts on DK Metcalf staying with the Seahawks? Drew Lock is going to clearly be his quarterback. Does he see something there?
I think it's a smart deal for him because 3 years is not 5 years. And a lot of these good top receivers get 5 years to lock them down. That gives him a decision in 3 years that it's not working out because he's going to know after this year if he's getting a new quarterback or not. Because if they do bad, it's going to be Bryce Young or it's going to be C.J. Stroud from Ohio State. So as his quarterback. So that's what I really think he's really looking at. Because let's be real, Drew Lock's not winning that division. He's not winning more than He's not winning more than 5 games.
Hold on.
So, I mean, it's smart for him if he's looking to go elsewhere eventually in the future. For the Seahawks, it's great because you get your receiver back. But
so to piggyback off that a little bit, when Drew Lock was on the Broncos, what receiving core was better, the Broncos receiving core or the Seahawks?
Obviously, Seattle has the better 1-2, but.
And what about the running game?
Are we counting Tim Patrick and the tight ends that they were on the Broncos?
You get to count them.
They got the Broncos tight end though. They got Noah Fant.
Now they do, right?
Yeah, so they got Noah.
I'm talking about now and compared to what he had.
Albert O. He's still.
What about the running game as well? What about the running game?
The Broncos running game is better.
The Broncos running game is better, especially now since Chris Carson retired. So there's unproven guys over
there. Chris Carson.
Oh no, that rookie that they got is going to be him.
He is, but he is unproven right now.
I'm talking about when Drew Lock was there.
Yeah, he had Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon.
And Patrick Lindsay had his breakout year with him. Philip Lindsay, sorry.
Philip Lindsay.
I knew it was
but he wasn't playing. He wasn't the quarterback.
He was playing some games.
Diontae was the quarter. I mean, not Diontae. Why said Diontae? Drew Lock.
When Philip Lindsay took off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was even Philip Lindsay took off, and
here's another thing.
Cortland Sutton made the Pro Bowl that year.
Broncos also had a good O-line. Seahawks O-line is not very good right now.
No, it's not.
So
it's not. I think Drew Lock can make a splash. I'm not gonna say he's gonna ball, but I think
Pete Carroll believe.
Will he do better than Sam Darnold?
Splash. Last
year Sam Darnold.
I think he's going to be more consistent than Sam Darnold. Put it that way. I put it that way.
What?
Because Sam Darnold was only good for like the first half, and that was it.
First 4 games.
Yeah, let's put it that way. A
tricked
quarter.
The shit out of us. It's crazy.
A quarter, but I mean, I think it was a good deal for DK though. I mean, honestly, if he would go anywhere else,
yeah, DL, wake up, bro.
I don't. If he would have gone anywhere else,
I just completely disagree, bro. Yeah,
you don't think it was a good deal for him?
Not for DK. DK getting his money. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be the only receiver for Seattle. But we literally called DK.
Whoa, don't disrespect.
He's not the only receiver.
Don't disrespect Tyler Lockett, bro.
He's not the most skilled receiver on that team. He's not the most big play potential, but he's not the most skilled one on that team.
Don't disrespect Tyler Lockett. That's all we're gonna say. Don't disrespect.
I'm not disrespecting Tyler Lockett. You're not picking Tyler Lockett. You're picking Tyler Lockett on fantasy, and that's it. You're not picking Tyler Lockett just to, you know what I'm saying, to build your team around or as a star. I'm
not picking DK to be my star receiver either.
You're not, but you're picking DK over Tyler Lockett. Are you not? Are you not picking DK over Tyler Lockett? Yes or no?
Over potential.
What potential? Yes or no? Yes or no? Chris, yes or no?
Yes.
All right then. So that's that. But I'm just saying.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I'm leaning towards no because we
leaning towards no.
Because look, we got into this debate. Me and Wayne did. Wayne was talking about all these touchdowns, but if you go back and look at his highlights, all his touchdowns came from red zone. All his deep threat touchdowns that we called were deep threat.
That's the point.
Tyler Lockett was the more deep threat than him.
You're taking DK over Tyler Lockett, but DK is a one-trick pony, and you're pairing him.
I'm taking Tyler Lockett because this guy can run more routes than DK Metcalf.
Well, you're the only one who's taking Tyler Lockett, bro. Hold that.
Better route runner, and he runs more routes.
Hold that.
And he gets, and he makes more. And he makes more deep down.
If you're going to start a team right now, and you had to pick someone to be the receiver one, you're picking DK.
Who's my quarterback? I got a lit quarterback.
Not Drew Lock. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm making. You're pairing a one-trick pony with Drew Lock and expecting them to. Make noise.
Okay, for Drew Lock, DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is a good receiver for Drew Lock because Drew Lock likes throwing bombs, and DK Metcalf is a big receiver that just. But Tyler Lockett gets down the field and makes plays, so it's like
I'm just saying Drew Lock doesn't have a weak arm, and
no, he is not accurate though. Like
but if he can get it out there and he can make some plays, you don't know. But at the end of the day, he might make his plays. You probably see some highlights from Drew Lockett, but he's not going to be.
Just don't say DK Metcalf's the only receiver out there. That's all.
That's all we're pushing back on.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Tyler Lockett's not.
So, do we think this is a good contract? Do we think DK Metcalf should be paid in this way?
I look back at his stats and I said,
I don't think it's a bad deal. It's not.
It's a good deal for I think for the reasons I said with after 3 years he can leave and he's getting paid a little bit of good money.
So the next thing I'm bringing up is that Diontae Johnson of the Pittsburgh Steelers is actively doing a hold-in. So he's at training camp, but he's not going 100%. He's only doing the individual drills. He's not doing any team drills. Staying away from that. But obviously he said he wanted a contract extension with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he hasn't received it yet. And people are saying he's not, it's like, oh, he's trying to be tough, but he's not TJ Watt, this, that, and the third. A lot of Steelers fans are slandering him right now. They don't think he is a receiver one and doesn't deserve to get paid money. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? I have some thoughts, but I want to hear what you guys think.
Man, if I'm just going there doing individuals, I could just do that with a trainer at home. Why even show up if I'm holding out, really? That's my point. If I'm trying to make a point, I wouldn't be showing up to work every day and still participating in some sort. You know what I mean? Like, he's there watching them. He knows the playbook. So, like, if you're still getting your work in on individuals, like, I think he's being stupid, honestly. But
you think he should go and play? Practice?
If you're there, why not? Like, why would you just sit there if you can't do anything? I mean, he's still practicing, though. So you can mess something up in the individual. You never know. Bodies are weird.
He's not going 100%.
You think he should go home and do his thing at home, or just
if he's trying to make a point and get a contract?
Right.
If it's not working the way he's doing it, why are you there?
It's only the second day of training camp, Chubbs.
Still.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know.
I think my thing on it, I don't think the Steelers going to pay him.
I don't think they're going to pay him either. So, like, what are you just going to sit there?
I agree. I think if you're going to hold out or hold in, whatever it is.
Yeah, right. I've never heard hold in.
Yeah, I'll stay home, bro. Like, I'm not coming to practice. If I don't have my contract, I'm not coming. If I ask for it, if I don't get that extension and that's what they think, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. It is what it is. Because he can go somewhere else.
Has there been any conversations?
Well,
there's been conversations.
Talking about Joey. If he goes, I think that
no conversations, but
I don't think Diontae Johnson is that good to be holding out on money, bro. He's a receiver one for the Steelers. If he goes anywhere, I mean, I'm not going to say anywhere else, but if he goes to a lot of other teams, he's not the receiver one, obviously.
Name them.
What, better receiver? Yeah.
Obviously,
like obvious teams. I'm not saying like he wouldn't, bro. The Steelers are like,
Bengals,
a subpar team in the league. So, of course, he's a number one receiver.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If he go to the Jags, he's the number one.
He'll be the Patriots receiver one. I'm not going to lie. Like
he'll be a lot of teams number one.
A lot of teams.
But
more than the league.
All right, but when you see when other receivers go to like who just went to the Cardinals, he's not going to be he was a receiver one. He's not a receiver one anymore, right?
Who went to the Cardinals?
He's better than Marquise Brown.
Talking about Hollywood.
Are you talking about Hollywood?
That's my point. Hollywood Brown was a receiver one for the Ravens.
No, he was never, bro. Hollywood's not on the level of Diontae.
I'm not saying.
I mean, you're comparing them.
I'm not. I'm comparing the fact that he was a receiver one for a certain team.
Check the stats.
Yeah, but you compare. Don't compare.
Check the stats.
But also he went to a team that have a top 5 receiver.
Check the stats.
A contending.
Hollywood is not a top 2 on a lot of teams. So don't compare the two.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver.
Thank you.
He's a top 2 on.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver, bro, and that's what you consider a good season, right? So how was that not?
Thank you.
I'm just trying to stay consistent here. My point is, I believe like he's not at a level where he should be holding out, bro. Like this is just like he's trying to do what all these other players are doing, like Kyler Murray, holding out until they get their money. But I'm just like, bro. You got to show a little, in my opinion, you got to show a little bit more before you get top dollar, bro. Should you be getting paid a little bit more? Maybe.
I don't think he wants a max contract. I think he just wants an extension.
What is he? Do you know what he's asking for, Wayne? That's just my take. Go ahead. I mean, you can go.
Around. You should scare the shit out of me. He's asking for like Christian Kirk type money.
That's not him. He should actually. We already talked about this.
You say he's not Christian Kirk.
we already talked about this, and Wayne agreed. He should be getting paid a similar stuff to Terry McLaurin. They're very similar receivers.
Terry or Diontae?
That's tough.
I'm taking Terry,
but
I'm taking Terry because I know Terry's faster than
they do very similar things, and they have very similar stats as well. So if you look at them, that should be the money he's getting. I mean, around there. So
Agreed, Chubbs.
Wherever Terry got, I believe is what Diontae should be ballparking it. Maybe a little bit more because that's how it usually is with the market.
And I think it is a bit high, and that's why our Steelers is like, I don't know if we're gonna pay you, bro.
That's another thing. Because
I don't know if we're gonna pay you.
I mean, you saw what they did with Juju,
and
I know that they're not the same, but you saw how they treated Juju with it.
And they drafted another receiver, which they're hoping he will be a good pick for them. So, I think they're planning on getting him out of there.
But my thing is, if I'm Steelers, I gotta make a decision to pairing one of the receivers that are currently there with George Pickens for the future. I'm pairing Diontae, and I'm getting Chase out of there.
Thank you.
Exactly.
But, so let me tell you. So you guys said it was bad for him to be in there. I think the holding is actually the best thing he could do. He can still show you, I'm still committed to the team. I want to be here. I want to be a leader for these young receivers, but I also want to get paid. Him holding out won't help him because we saw the Steelers tell a guy who was a top 3 running back at the time, go hold out, motherfucker. We not paying you.
We still not paying you.
Take the whole year out.
Yeah, it's the wrong team. It's the wrong team to do it.
It's the wrong team to hold out on. So show that you're there. To me, I think he should be getting money like DK Metcalf, like Terry McLaurin. I think he's been producing on a high level with top 32 quarterbacks. Like Big Ben was not top 10, not top 20. He was 25 and below. Doug Hodges, 25 and below. Mason Rudolph, 62 and below.
So if he don't get this contract extension, he'll be a free agent next year.
He'll be a free agent next year. And I think that would be a mistake for the Pittsburgh Steelers to make Diontae Johnson.
And if
I think if he gets a good quarterback, this is just for me, I think he's instantly in the top 10. That's just me.
I think I don't know, man. I guess I'm not in that situation, but if I was him, I would play my year out, ball, do the same thing I do, go to free agency and get a check,
get paid.
Yeah, it's not like the NBA, so you could do it. I think that's what eventually is going to happen. Yeah. I think he's doing all this to see if they don't pay him. If not, he's like, all right, I'm just going to ball out, and then when it's time to end the season, I'm not even going to talk to you about.
He's testing their loyalty.
I'm going away. So.
Steelers ain't really known for paying their guys, man.
Yeah, I mean they're a receiver factory, so they probably feel like they can make another one of him. But to me, I think Diontae Johnson is a very
they're gonna get rid of him and
receiver.
Re-sign Ray McLeod or whatever his name is.
I think it's a very special receiver.
Steelers say they're gonna go 9-8 regardless.
That's crazy. DK Metcalf or Diontae Johnson?
Diontae Johnson. I'm taking Diontae.
Apparently, DK's worth more.
No, he just got more.
Because I was looking at Christian Kirk contract. He's a 4-year, $72 million. DK's a 3-year, $72 million.
So because what I just say, DK just got his deal done now. Christian Kirk got his in the offseason.
Well, Christian Kirk was the person that messed up the whole entire receiver market.
Agreed.
I don't know what Jacksonville was thinking when they gave that money to be the receiver. Well, Christian Kirk is not worth $18 million a year.
Jacksonville was like, we're about to make a big move. Everyone's going to talk about it.
We're about to make a splash on them. They're never going to see this. All right, let's go ahead and so 49ers have gotten back to training camp, and they officially said Jimmy G is out. He's going to be traded once he becomes healthy. Only reason why he wasn't traded is because he had that surgery. That's why they think why the deal wasn't done yet. So now with Jimmy G out, where do we think Trey Lance would do this year? And number 2, where can we see Jimmy G going?
I think Trey Lance is set up very well to be successful. You still got Debo. They're working things out with Debo from what I hear. So it sounds like you're going to have Debo for at least 4 more years, potentially.
I still like Brandon Ayuk. Like people talk crap about him. He had a bad year last year, but he's still really raw and he's still really good. I think he's still young. Still got your tight end George Kittle. You still got the best left tackle in the game right now, Trent Williams, holding your left blind side. They'll be all right. I mean, I wish they had a little bit better. I mean, I know Elijah Mitchell did all right. I wish they had a little bit more impact, explosive running back with pairing with Trey.
You know, it's gonna be a running back by committee, though.
But I agree. I expect a pretty good season, over 3,000 passing yards. I hope. But that's what I'm looking for.
I think he would do well. The only thing that I question is what made them special last year was their offensive coordinator. How creative he was and how he utilized his players in certain ways. Go ahead, Chuck.
You know Kyle Shanahan runs plays, right?
Right, correct. But also Mike McDaniel was
helping, but Mike McDaniel's from Kyle Shanahan's coaching tree.
That's correct. But at the same time, when he left, you hear these players talk about him and how special he was.
He's cool. You see how cool he is in them interviews. I want to play for someone like that.
But what I'm saying is they weren't just praising how cool he was. They were praising his football
knowledge. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And what made you think Shanahan didn't get any ideas from him? So my thing is, who would be, they got to step up in his shoes and see how will they, operate and how they do things. So again, Garoppolo has proven to be good enough to do certain things. Trey, we've seen flashes of him, and we see like, okay, well, let's see what he can do. But again, until I watch him play, I think he's gonna do well. But until I watch him play, I can't say he's gonna ball and such. And the situation's good.
Hater.
Situation's good.
That's how they're gonna be.
It's a good situation, but again, is a guy that we haven't seen much tape on. So in the NFL. So that's what I just questioned.
I haven't seen much tape on him in general.
So question, because this will be basically his. We'll call it his rookie season, because not his rookie season.
It will be his rookie season.
Is he going to have a better year than Trey? I mean, than Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson did? Do you think?
100%. 100%.
Is it going to be better than Justin Fields?
Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, which I can admit I don't like the Jets. They were in bad situations. So I think he's coming into a better situation. So he should have a better season.
It's a better team. Yeah.
Yeah. He should have a better season. But that's all I got to say about that, though.
DL.
Well, looking at the 49ers schedule, bro, I'm scared.
I was going to go through it. And say, what do we think? Let's actually go through it. Let's go through it right now before you answer. So we do want to say winner, dub, or none. So 49ers week 1, 49ers at Chicago Bears.
Dub.
All right. 49ers at Seattle Seahawks at 49ers.
Dub for them, yeah.
49ers at the Denver Broncos.
L. Actually, I'm gonna take week 2.
At Denver Broncos.
At Denver.
Yeah, at Denver.
L.
You gonna say L?
Yeah.
They're 1-2 right now.
Hold on. No. Didn't
I'm gonna
Russ
say a dub, bro. He might go 3-0 in the beginning.
Issues against the 49ers in his career. So I'm gonna say
he
L.
might go 3-0, bro.
W.
I got a dub for that too.
He might go 3-0 in the beginning.
All right.
You're outruled.
DL said 1 out of 1 and 2.
Verse. All right, let's go. Verse the Rams.
L.
1-4.
Right. Closer game than we think, though. It's a Monday night game. I think it's a closer game than a lot of us think. At the Panthers.
That's a dub.
I'm gonna give him an L for that.
That's a dub.
I'm giving them L too. I believe in Baker.
I'm gonna give him an L.
So what are you gonna do?
No, I said dub.
That's a draw right there.
No, we could just keep the records in your head. All right. I got them at 3-2 right now. So at the Falcons, I think we all want to say dub.
That's a dub. 4-1.
Against the Chiefs.
L. 4-2.
At the Rams.
L. 4-3.
Versus the Chargers.
L. 4-4.
At New Orleans.
3-7.
No, New Orleans at them, so they play.
They got Arizona after that.
I'm getting a dub. 5-4.
Where's the Arizona? So I didn't get that for yet.
Okay.
I'm 5-4 right now.
All right, versus the Dolphins.
5-5.
I got them winning that game. Versus the Bucks.
5-6.
I got them winning that game. Versus the Seahawks.
6-7.
Versus the Commanders.
7-7.
Versus the Raiders.
7-8.
I got them winning that one. Versus the Cardinals.
8.
That's why I say you're missing the game. So they got the Cardinals twice. That was after Los Angeles week 13.
Well, I think they're beating them twice. So not.
All right, yeah, I am missing the game. So
9-8 for me.
All right,
bro. They go 6-10, bro.
And that is exactly what they did last year. They were around 9-8, 10-7, and they got in the playoffs and made some noise.
I had them going.
Go ahead.
I had them going 11-6.
Bro, you have the 49ers going 11-6 with this schedule, bro.
Bro,
yeah.
Can I ask you, Dio? What happens if they run the football just very similar to what they did last year?
Then that's going to be the easiest thing to stop. Like, what do you mean?
People were not stopping Deebo Samuel when he got that ball.
I got a hot take
towards the end.
They're going to have to. They're not the Patriots, bro. They're not just going to be able to run the ball and win the game, bro.
They are literally the Patriots.
They are.
They're not going to be able to do that, bro.
They're literally the Patriots.
The NFC.
Jimmy G is better to a point of Trey Lance being able to throw the ball, bro.
We can say that, but
he's not a better thrower of the football.
Maybe accuracy in some positions.
He cannot throw. Jimmy G couldn't throw the ball down the field accurately.
But as of right now, we can't determine
Trey
what
Lance
Trey Lance
He wasn't the starter, bro. Like Jimmy Garoppolo played behind.
Give me a second.
Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Let me give you this. His
knowledge of the game, and that in itself was the reason why 49ers.
That's cool. Trey Lance is my dark horse to win MVP. I think Trey Lance can have not as good as, but a little similar season to what Patrick Mahomes did.
Are we clipping this?
It's a very similar situation.
I had to throw up real quick, bro.
It's a very similar situation.
Trying to reach for something.
Listen. Let me break it down. Trey Lance can run the football really well. Really good runner of the football. He can throw the ball. Has a very strong arm. He has the weapons. George Kittle. He has Deebo Samuel. He got a running game. And they're going to have an elite defense. They have
Deebo Samuel is a receiver back that you so called.
Brandon Ayuk too.
They got Brandon Ayuk.
Oh my goodness.
They have somebody else. I forgot.
The team it's a really good team.
It's a really
and they have listen. Let me finish. They have the offensive core. They have the offensive coordinator who's a genius. They have an offensive coordinator who is legitimately a genius in Kyle Shanahan. So this offense is going to be really creative. They have good pieces around them. He can easily sneak his way into that conversation with the offensive weapons and the mastermind of Kyle Shanahan. He made Matt Ryan an MVP. He can be just as creative with a guy that can run the ball and throw the ball.
Correct.
There's no reason why Trey Lance can't have 30 plus total touchdowns, 35 plus total touchdowns with his ability to run the ball and throw the ball. So I don't think it's that much of a reach to say he can be a dark horse for MVP if this team plays to the best of their ability.
I think it will be a reach because I feel like there's so many people in the NFL right now that are in a better situation than him that they will take the top 5. I'm not even just talking about quarterbacks. I'm also talking about receivers that could be in a conversation of MVP talk.
No,
you don't think so? You don't think not one receiver is in a situation right now he could be an MVP talk? No, not even the best receiver in the league right now.
Davante Adams?
Yeah,
they'll give it to Derek Carr.
So in that situation, let's talk about it. Since we're on the topic,
I think the 49ers are the better team between the Raiders and the 49ers.
Let's talk about it. Name your 5 MVP candidates right now. What you next year, coming in next year? Name your 5 MVP candidates. Because I know it ain't going to be Trey Lance in there. And he's not going to be 6 or 7 as the option.
Patrick, don't let me talk.
Patrick Mahomes. That's one of mine.
I'm having Josh Allen.
That's one of mine.
Brady, Rodgers, Trey Lance.
Nah,
Lamar Jackson. You're freaking Trey Lance.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson's over that. Lamar Jackson's over that. That's crazy. Right?
It's not that crazy.
That is crazy.
It's so crazy that you have him in that conversation, bro.
He's a dark horse.
What about Lamar Jackson that's coming back? What about Lamar Jackson that's coming back with his team? His team is healthy now, full force, and he's coming back off of an injury.
I don't like his offensive receiving weapons.
Is Lamar Jackson not better than Trey Lance?
I just told you I don't like his receiving options. Yes, he's better than Trey Lance.
So he is.
You don't like
running and throwing the ball. Now, how many?
I don't know if I can say throwing the ball yet because I haven't seen really Trey Lance throw the ball like that.
Okay, all right. You can say that, but you saw what he was working with, what Lamar was working with when he had
MVP year,
Hollywood, and he
Willie Snead, Chris Moore,
and their team got worse.
They went 13 and 14
and the receiver core got worse.
I can't put Lamar over. I can't put Trey over Lamar.
That's why he's my dark horse.
Y'all are not even mentioning Josh Allen, bro.
He said Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
I swear
that was the second person he said.
Tom Brady. But Cooper Kupp, you're not gonna have a good year.
No, that guy is not doing that again.
Wayne doesn't think any receiver is gonna be up for MVP.
Hey, Trey Lance having a better year than Justin Herbert?
He's not.
His team will win more.
He's not going to have a better year.
Justin Herbert is a dark horse since he's never been in that.
He's not going to have a better year in the league.
Now, Justin Herbert's a dark horse.
Come on now, 2 a time.
No, come on.
Tyreek Hill will win. That's the only receiver that could go up for MVP.
Tyreek.
I'll give you that.
If he makes Tua look like a top 5,
he's going to be up there for MVP.
I'll even put him in the top 5 as my top 5 receiver.
I don't understand why y'all think it's out of the realm of conversation that Trey Lance could.
If there was MVP,
no one thought Patrick Mahomes was going to be an MVP.
Patrick Mahomes didn't only play 4 games the season prior, bro. No one's going to play 4 games and then come back and win MVP, bro.
Y'all know that.
Patrick Mahomes played 2 games prior.
I was doing
the season before.
Yeah, he played 2 games.
I'm the one that advised Andy Reid to just run bombs with Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill the way.
But we seen that.
John Ross.
We seen that from Patrick Mahomes to be like it's capable of him.
We seen it in Madden, Joe. We didn't see it in real life, bro.
No, you talking about you just said he won them 2 games to help them go.
No. I'm talking about Trey Lance did that.
Oh, Trey Lance.
Patrick Mahomes didn't play all year.
Enough, that's not a. Bro,
that's not enough to win.
The sample, listen. The sample size is
played all year on my Madden team,
bro. That sample size is way too small.
Bro. I made that man throw for 10,000 yards.
You say they can say the same thing about Patrick Mahomes. That's why you say he's a dark horse.
That
I'm not gonna lie. I could see Trey Lance scoring a total of 40 total touchdowns next year.
Passing or total?
Total. So 30 passing, 10 rushing. I can see it.
You double-digit rushing.
I don't see it.
Yeah,
a 1 yard pass on a reverse does not count as a touchdown.
I can't see it.
You're trying Trey Lance.
I think Trey Lance is going to get like 4 rushing touchdowns.
That's literally what their offense was.
5 max
don't count as touchdowns.
Yeah, he's not getting over. He's not getting 10.
10. That's a lot.
He really runs the ball though.
I know.
No, Lamar Jackson runs 1,000 yards, and he'll be getting double-digit touchdowns on rushing.
He's not a power runner like Trey Lance.
You say that they make plays for him running, don't you say that?
Trey Lance is a power runner like Jalen Hurts.
That's not. But I'm saying, wouldn't Lamar have a lot more touchdowns if they were doing design plays for him? Is what I'm getting at.
Lamar doesn't run the ball as much in the red zone.
He has 1,000 yards though, is what I'm saying.
Trey Lance for MVP.
What did I just say that you did not understand?
What I'm saying is you can compare them if you're trying. Look at Lamar's.
I'm comparing his rushing. I'm comparing his rushing.
He only had 9 or 8.
I'm comparing the way. That's not that. That's.
I mean, I can understand Dwayne's point because we.
I'm talking about the way they're running the ball, right? And like he runs the ball like a Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts type player.
I don't see him get 10 though. No.
You can say that, but I'm saying the way you run, like in the red zone, they're gonna be like, we could give you the ball like a Cam Newton, like a Josh Allen, like a Jalen Hurts. Because he was literally in college running linebackers over.
Right, he was.
So
49ers go 6-10. Next topic.
I got them 11-6, 12-5.
I got 10-7. I mean 10 and
9 and 8.
So, all right, let's go ahead and get to the next topic. So the next topic is, sorry to put us up. We're going to talk about the NFC East and AFC East predictions. So NFC East, you have the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Commanders and Eagles.
I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Go get your cape. Go get your cape. So let's go ahead and get started. I want you guys to first let's predict what will happen in the NFC East. Chubbs.
Oh man,
this is hard. I think Cowboys should win it. Should, but I don't think they will. I think the Eagles are going to end up winning the NFC East this year.
It's gonna have to be my cape for the day.
I think it's this. Right. Like we talked about this before. This is Jalen Hurts' like year to prove it, and like really, he needs to prove something this year. They just got you. He ain't doing anything really, and he was running the ball mainly. They finally got him a number one target besides drafting Davante. They actually got a proven receiver with him. So we got to see what he does with
Don't
that.
do Davante like that. He did really good last year.
All right, well, I'm saying you're putting Davante with A.J. Brown, and you got Dallas Goedert still. You still got Miles Sanders, unfortunately. But I think they're going to end up winning it.
Winning the
division.
The Eagles.
All right.
The Eagles.
All right. Who's
the Giants are last.
All right.
So give us your standings again.
I'll start from bottom to top. I got Giants at 4th. I got Commanders at 3rd. Cowboys at 2. Eagles 1. But you missed it, Joe. I said Cowboys should win this division.
Okay.
But I don't think they're going to.
Okay.
I guess I'll go next because I know Joey got a whole.
I just want to see where everybody,
There is no reason why the Dallas Cowboys should not sweep this division. Zero reason. Will they? No, because of the Dallas Cowboys. That being said, like every year, the NFC East is a toss-up. Mm-hmm. I don't know who I have winning. I like what Chris said. The Eagles have a nice chance of winning if Jalen Hurts can get it together. With his 2 receivers that he just acquired, or his 1 receiver they just acquired, and
they got defensive additions too. I forgot to say Bradbury.
Yeah, I would say the Commanders just because off of their defense alone. And I still might say the Commanders might have a strong chance of coming out. But with Tayshaun being out, it's kind of going to be difficult because that's kind of like their power suit. You got Montez Sweat. Who else? David Mayo at linebacker, Kendall Fuller corner. So they got some playmakers on all 3 levels. So I would like to see the Commanders come out and win, especially
really good D tackles.
Yeah, really good. That really good front 4. Like their front 4 should be able to make a lot of noise and stop them one game and stuff, applying pressure. Carson Wentz is a good addition with Terry McLaurin. They have some good second, third options at receiver as well. So they have all the pieces, just like the Cowboys, to make a run. But it's just that division is so wishy-washy that you never know who's going to win those division games week in and week out. So with that being said, I'm going to have to go with Cowboys, Eagles. No. I'm going to say this. Hot take. Cowboys, Commanders being a wild card, Eagles just missing the playoffs, and then the Giants.
Damn, no love for the Giants right now.
Nah, Giants, but
Joey, you could go.
So before I go, I do want to defend Cowboys a little bit because I feel like you guys are saying, "Oh, this should be a sweep," where we look and all the points you guys made should show you guys that it shouldn't be a sweep for the Dallas Cowboys because of how good the Eagles defense are and how good the Commanders defense is and how better the Commanders offense has gotten. So I think people just expect the Cowboys to be good all the time and just win everything all the time. And I was like, no, like their division is not as easy as everybody think it is. So yes, the Cowboys do have a better team, but looking at the Cowboys defense, I feel like the Cowboys defense get more credit than it should. I think it's overrated, especially because of all the interceptions that they said, this corner guy, but he gave up probably most of the most yards in as a corner in the NFL. So I do think people are overestimating their defense. So with that being said, I do still have the Cowboys winning the division. I do have the Commanders coming in second. I have the Eagles coming in third, and the Giants coming in last.
What the Giants do to everybody?
You want to go first, Wayne, or can I just make a comment?
You could counter that.
The defense isn't overrated, Joey.
I do think I think based off what you guys are saying, it is overrated because they have Leighton Vander Esch, they have Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs. People say
Marcus Lawrence
and Marcus. I was going to say Marcus Lawrence. Those are three people.
Who else? All right, so let's.
Now Malik Hooker is good. Malik Hooker is good.
In saying that,
because I'm not counting the corner. I'm not counting him because he give up as many yards as he get the ball back.
In comparison, though, when it comes to the Commanders' defense, you can go player for player. DeMarcus Lawrence or Chase Young. That probably might be our only argument as a rusher.
Correct.
Chase Young and DeMarcus Lawrence. Chase Young might have the edge, or any other D tackle. Micah Parsons is a rookie of the year.
Facts.
Trayvon Diggs he may not be but he's definitely better than any defensive back.
Did you hear Jalen Ramsey talk about him? He says Jalen Ramsey talked about him on the pivot or the pivot one or what he wanted one of them, and he said he knows that's a lot of yards, but he says he also got 11 interceptions.
Right.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying
he was the most targeted corner in the league. I'm just
saying to that point, if you go player for player, Cowboys have better players other than their defense.
And that's why I said they still should win. But guys think it should be a landslide. You guys think it's a landslide, and when it's not, because it's closer than you guys think. And that's what I'm saying.
Offense, in comparison, their offense is a
landslide. They just lost their best receiver.
Who? Gallup?
Mark Cooper.
Was he their best receiver though?
Yes, he was.
Oh my God! Come on! You cannot tell me he wasn't the best.
He was.
Come on, because when I put Cooper Kupp, I mean not Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper as a top receiver, it's a mind blowing.
No, you had him in the elite status. That doesn't
just because we didn't put him in the elite status doesn't mean he's not the best receiver on that team. He is the best receiver on that team, and we all know that. Yeah. We can't say he's not. That's ridiculous.
You said Jordan Lewis is trash?
I don't think Jordan Lewis is a top corner in the league. Do you think he's a top corner in the league?
He's a good corner on that defense.
He's a good
starter. He's a good
secondary corner. He's a good secondary corner. People have that. And again, I'm not saying Dallas has the worst defense in that division. I am just saying it's closer than what you guys think. And I do think Dallas will still win that division. And Dallas has the best quarterback in that division. Yes, he does. Yes, they do. They have the best quarterback, and that's it. That's my take, man.
So this division is really a toss-up because if you look at the top 10 easiest schedules in the NFL this season, all four of these teams have the top 10 easiest schedules. So it's really going to come down to division play because the New York Giants have the easiest schedule in the NFL based on strength of schedule. Then the Eagles are number 2, second easiest schedule.
Don't you have a Giants didn't you say the Giants are going to be a playoff team? And you said if it happens, who said that? Somebody said that.
I said it could be possibly a playoff team.
And you're going to wear a hat or something when they make the play. You said something. I remember this. If they're not high on your list,
I was bigging up Kayvon Thibodeau. That's what it really was.
If they're not on your
list. I think it was contingent on who their quarterback was because I thought they were going to get Mitch, but they ended up keeping Daniel Jones. That's where I thought. And Jimmy G that's a landing spot for Jimmy G. If they get Jimmy G, it completely changes the whole entire landscape of where I think this division goes. You got 6, the Washington Commanders, and then 10th easiest schedule is the Dallas Cowboys. Chubbs, you were wrong when you said the Ravens had the third easiest schedule.
That's what they said.
They had the 11th.
It's still easy.
So, number one, I think everybody knows who I have as being the first seed.
Yeah.
I have the Washington Commanders being the first seed. One, I like their receiving core. They have Terry McLaurin. They have
who else?
They have Curtis Samuel, and then they drafted Jahan Dotson from Penn State. Really love that. Antonio Gibson at running back. I like him there a lot. I really enjoy him. I think Carson Wentz is going to have one of his best seasons ever, in my opinion. They have a good front seven. And now that their schedule is so easy, I literally just looked at the schedule before I went at this. Their schedule is very easy. They honestly, I remember people were like, if they don't win 11 games, to me, it's an issue. They have a super easy schedule. I'm going to say a hot take here. They're going to split with the Eagles, sweep the Giants, and sweep the Cowboys. That is what's going to happen. Have the Eagles coming in second place, with being that they have the second easiest schedule in the entire NFL. A.J. Brown, Davante Smith, I think they should continue running the ball the way they did, and they got some really good improvements with Jordan Davis. And I can't think of the linebacker name they picked up in the draft, but to me, the still of the draft. I can't. Nakobe Dean. So yeah, it was blanking on me. So yeah, I think they should do really good there. And I have them. I have Commanders winning 11 games. I have the Eagles going 10-7 again. I have the Cowboys finishing 9-8. I don't think they will. What are you saying?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
Just continue.
I have the Cowboys finishing 9-8. The Cowboys historically don't play well in their division. This division just doesn't play well. I could see them splitting it with everybody or losing again. They're going to get swept by one of the teams, and I think it's going to be the Commanders, and I think they're going to split with everyone else. So
I don't disagree with them getting swept by the Commanders, but I think they will sweep the Eagles and the Giants.
I think they split with the Eagles, and I think they can either split with the Giants because they always find a way to mess that up. That changes everything. If Jimmy G goes to the Giants are winning this division. That's all I'm going to say. I got the Giants on last. I got the Giants winning 7 games. They're going 7-10. That's what I have the Giants go. So.
Back to this Amari Cooper point, bro. Been in the league for 8 years, bro. Has not had a better season than CeeDee Lamb in his 1 year, bro. So who's the better receiver?
You say he's never had a better season than CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah, what stats are you looking at, bro?
I'm looking at last year's stats: 68 receptions, 865, 92 receptions, 1114, 79 receptions, 1189, 53 receptions, 725, 22, 280, bro.
He did have a better season than him.
When?
He had 2 better seasons than him, bro.
When?
What are you
looking at? More receptions with a little bit more yards. Is it better season?
He had a better season.
Yeah, he had a better season.
Bro, that's not a better season. If you do average, if you know how averages work, that's not a better season.
Bro,
they average it out. You say he averaged how many yards per catch? He got the ball more.
Amari Cooper's best season reception-wise was 92 receptions with 1114. Going to CeeDee Lamb's 79 receptions with 1102.
Yeah. All right.
12 more yards better, bro.
And I want you to check this out. I want you to also think about this as well. Think about the dynamic of that team. They have 2 good running backs. They have Amari Cooper has proven that he can go and ball out and do what he can without CeeDee Lamb being there. So now you have Amari Cooper on that team. What you think is going to happen to CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee Lamb, I'm not saying CeeDee Lamb is not better than Juju, but that was the Juju effect for him on that team because they were watching Amari because Amari has been that proven guy, and so that's why CeeDee Lamb got those numbers.
Because CeeDee Lamb's more.
When has CeeDee Lamb played?
I give Amari a top 10 receiver in the league, bro. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying for the Cowboys, bro, CeeDee Lamb was definitely the better receiver, bro.
When has CeeDee Lamb played without Amari Cooper?
He will this year, and I guarantee his numbers will go up. I guarantee it.
Okay,
I guarantee it.
All right. he's going to be the number one. He's going to get more receptions. We'll see.
But what we saying that Gallup is just as good too. So like, what do you
So
mean?
who's better, Gallup or CD?
CD had two other receivers. CD was playing in the slot.
Who's better, Gallup or CD?
So it's the Cooper Cup.
CD.
CD's better, right?
Yeah.
But is Michael Gallup far away?
No, Gallup is nice.
Gallup is nice.
Gallup, they're all not far away from each other. Like I've been, y'all know I'm high on Gallup. I think Gallup's nice. He just never had the opportunity.
Yeah. We're gonna say Gallup better because he has 66 catches and 1,100 yards. Like that's what we're doing. We're gonna go on averages.
Yeah, we're gonna say Gallup's better than 2019.
Is that not how averages work, bro? If I get more yards,
so was Michael Gallup?
Efficiency. What do you like?
So in 2019, was Michael Gallup better?
So we're really gonna take into account CeeDee Lamb being guarded by the third best corner on the team when somebody's being guarded by the best. Bro. We have to stop doing this. Oh my God. We have to.
All right. So what do you suggest? Bro? What do you suggest? He doesn't catch the ball. What do you suggest?
I'm not suggesting nothing. It's just easier to catch on the third best corner than it is on the best.
I don't know, bro.
Facts. We're gonna see when that number one is on him. We know when a number 2 or a number 3 go to number 1. If he's not that dude, his numbers is not going to be the same, and it's not going to go up.
He might not be an outside receiver because CeeDee Lamb is so that you saw him in college, bro.
All right, so it's going to be Cooper Kupp. That's why Cooper Kupp is our top 5 to me. So
AB did the same thing.
No.
AB was on the outside.
AB was playing in slot too.
AB played
primarily he was on the outside. Exactly, played everywhere.
Exactly, played everywhere.
That's what CeeDee Lamb does. That's what CeeDee Lamb does.
80% of his snaps were inside.
CeeDee Lamb played everywhere because of the weapons that they had. Now you take one receiver out of there, he don't have that many options.
He's still going to do that, bro. He's still going to do that. I guarantee he's still going to do that.
All right, and if he's playing in the slot and you telling me he's better than Amari, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
Top 10 receiver. I said for Dallas,
we already an hour in. We're not even cracked right now.
I'm not.
I know, right, Chubbs? Let's go to the AFC East.
Amari top 10.
Let's go to the AFC East. Let's go to AFC East. So we're gonna talk AFC East. Give our predictions here, Joey. Where do you see? This is your division, so I want you to go first.
Obviously, the Bills is going to be number 1. Bills is going to be number 1. Dolphins second. New England third. New York Jets last. And I feel like this should be easy. But I feel like there's some trolls in here. Well, but that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna wait till y'all speak.
I ain't trolling. I know that New England is going to finish with a better record than Miami, bro. They do every year. Even if they beat us.
Are they getting swept by Miami and still having a better record?
They might. I swept us last year, still ain't make playoffs. So, hey.
You missed playoffs by 1 game. Yeah.
We still missed it.
Yeah.
Correct. I mean, we made it.
And y'all was up by 1 game. Correct. Got you.
Joey, we made playoffs. Y'all didn't.
But I also want you to know. I don't understand how you can say that when we just improved our O-line, we improved our defense, we improved our receiving core.
Yo, battle it out afterward.
I just don't understand how. I just don't understand the concept.
I've said it before, bro. I've said it before. Okay. Division games are tendency-based games. Bill Belichick is the best coach of all time. So he knows Miami schemes, and like I said, even when y'all do beat us, y'all still gotta beat other teams.
He knows Miami schemes, but he lost to us 2 times in a row.
We lose to y'all once a year at least.
I think he was 3-0 against the New England Patriots.
Okay,
well, Bills,
yo.
I'm going. Bills, Patriots, Jets, Dolphins.
Damn. Mine's a little crazy. Mine are Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots.
I'm going Dolphins, Bills,
interesting.
Patriots, Jets. I have the Dolphins winning 12 games. The Bills have a pretty hard schedule.
About to say the same.
I have them winning 10 to 11 games. So their first stretch, if they can get through their first stretch, then they'll be all right. But that first stretch, they play the Chiefs, they play the Rams, play the Ravens, they play the Packers, play the Steelers, play the Dolphins.
Yeah. Hey, Don't sleep. The Jets are dogfighting for that second position. It's gonna be close.
The Jets are not gonna. They're gonna dog.
I believe in Zach Cougar Nation Wilson. So come on.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know what you see in the Jets. I don't know what they have right now.
I see a lot.
The Dolphins have Jalen Waddle. They improved their defense. They got an offensive line.
They picked up 3 running backs.
The Bills did address their defense that they needed. They needed a better front. They got Von Miller, so that's helped them out. But that's an older Von Miller. He's not playing next to Aaron Donald, so I don't know.
But real question is, how many moms did they bang this season?
That's crazy. This man subs.
Oh man, nah.
They have 3 top DBs in the league. But 3 of the top DBs in the league.
Their safeties are overrated.
Who has the 3 top DBs in the league?
If you go ahead, no, listen. The Bills had the number 1 passing offense.
You're going to keep on referring to?
Wait, listen to me. The Bills had the number 1 passing offense last year, and we saw what happened in 13 seconds. But to even conclude from there, if you look at their opponents from last year, there's a reason why they had the number 1 passing defense last year. They didn't play very good passers.
And I want to know, the Dolphins secondary has been ranked, and we're number 5 in the NFL and number 2 in the AFC, and we're behind the Ravens. So I don't see the Bills secondary being better than the Dolphins secondary.
I mean, they got the best DB.
They got 3 All-Pros.
They have the best DB, but our secondary is, and I honestly, this is where I get upset.
And they got to play Tyreek Hill twice a year.
This is where I get upset. I get upset that I feel like the Dolphins DBs don't get as much credit. I know Byron Jones hasn't been that guy because all the shine has been on Xavier Howard. Ever since Xavier Howard been in the NFL, he has the most interceptions.
Yeah, Xavier Howard is definitely the second best corner.
You said the Bills have a hard schedule. They have 3 good teams.
Look at schedule strength, man. Look at schedule strength.
What you mean they only play 2 good 3 teams?
LA, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Kansas City.
Who else is on? I was just looking at schedule. Hold on.
Green Bay.
Green Bay's going to be good. What are we talking about?
What are you saying?
Green Bay's going to be good. Okay.
They have the 12th hardest schedule.
They got Aaron Rodgers.
MVP. What?
Okay.
They got the Rams.
The Vikings are going to be a hard game.
That's fair.
And if Deshaun Watson's back by November 20th, that's going to be a hard game.
And why wouldn't you think Baltimore Ravens wouldn't be a hard game for them?
That's what he said. He said Baltimore.
Oh,
then they got to play the Patriots and Dolphins twice.
But you just said that we're going to finish damn near last in our division. So what does that even matter?
So y'all going to finish 3rd, bro.
I said damn near last. That's damn near last.
Oh my. So everyone's damn near last.
Bro, the Bills' schedule is hard.
It's not top 2.
I got y'all winning 9 games, though, and I got them winning 10 or 11. That's still a hard game.
That's not that hard, bro. Yeah, wow.
I think the division will be closer than what people think. People think the Bills aren't going to lose
and they play
2
the
or 3 games. Yeah, they do play the Bengals.
What y'all are failing to realize, bro, the losses that the Bills, Patriots, Miami, not Miami, Patriots and the Bills normally have are division losses, bro.
The Patriots.
That's where their losses come from.
11-6 last year.
Exactly, losing to who?
And they didn't lose to the Dolphins. They didn't lose to the Dolphins. I can tell you that.
I'm saying they lost. No, they actually beat us and lost to us.
They lost one game
in the division.
So they lost 1 game
and still won the division. That's what I'm saying. They still won the division.
And the division and the Dolphins got tremendously better.
Facts on both sides of the ball. So I don't.
All right.
And the receiver they couldn't stop in the playoffs. They have to play him twice a year.
All right. With Tua, the quarterback that you're saying is not.
But Tua. The thing about and the biggest thing about Tua, the thing about
Tua. Wait. When I ever said Tua's not going to be good.
The biggest thing about Tua also didn't have an O-line. They fixed that problem. They put somebody in the spot that they needed, and they got somebody a top O-lineman in the league.
I'm just asking, what did the Bills lose? That's all I'm asking.
They gained, but the Dolphins got better.
They don't got Emmanuel Sanders. They don't got Cole Beasley. Don't know what their running game's still going to look like.
And that was something they didn't address.
I mean, they got James Cook. We'll see how good Dalvin Cook, brother.
They got Singletary.
Singletary actually started playing better towards the end of the year, though.
Stephon Diggs, and then they had whatchamacallit who broke out in the playoffs.
We don't know if that's going to happen again.
Big Clay Davis.
All right. We'll see.
This is the Chiefs' third string corners.
Three all pros.
Let's
I understand three all pros, but they're not the top secondary.
Let's go ahead and get to
this episode can't get to 2 hours because DL's laptop will blow up, so it's got to be like an hour 40 or something like that.
All right, let's just go through a few more topics before we go ahead. NFL Mount Rushmore. Who is on your guys' NFL Mount Rushmore?
That's 4, right? Mount Rushmore has 4 heads. 4 heads. Okay. Well, off the bat, Tom Brady's got to be on mine. He's number 1. This guy is not yet retired. I mean, but I think he's going to end up on it. Aaron Donald's on my Mount Rushmore. I think he's going to end up there.
That's a good pick.
This is getting hard now. I don't want to have. So we're not doing multiple positions, right?
I'm
4 people.
4 people.
Damn.
4 people that play football, bro.
I'm selfishly going to put Ray Lewis up on my Mount Rushmore. As my one selfish pick, and that's really hard because I want to say Jerry, but I kind of on my Mount Rushmore I want to say Randy.
It's yours, bro.
Or Cal.
It's yours, man.
I'm gonna put Randy. Well, nah, it's mine. I'll put Ed Reed.
All right, such a Ravens.
That is a nasty.
Such a Ravens Mount Rushmore.
That is a disgusting Mount Rushmore.
It's fine. It's fine. It's hard to think. Honestly, just too many. Like I wanted to say Jerry or Randy also.
Yeah, we don't need no explanations to that, man. Joey, go.
Obviously Tom Brady. I'm going with Deion Sanders. And I'm going with Jerry, and I'm going to go with. Even though I think Barry Sanders is better, I'm gonna say Emmitt Smith.
That's a nasty one too. Go.
I'm put it like that.
And see, it's yours, right? It's not
it's
his.
Mine.
So,
it's mine.
Yeah,
it's
right.
mine.
Exactly. Fuck off. I'm sorry.
You should have put Barry up there, Joe.
I wanted to, but Emmitt has the records, so that's the reason why I put him up there.
Yeah, but when you think of running backs, you don't think of Emmitt, and I'm Emmitt guy.
I know you're Emmitt guy. I would put Barry. I would switch it. Barry.
There you go. Now it's a better list. Good job. Because no one's like Emmitt Smith. No one thinks of 2 elbow pads.
You think of Clinton Portis? Shut up.
They're nice.
Sean Taylor off the bat. Get out of here.
This is getting nasty.
Don't at me.
Mine wasn't even that bad.
Don't say nothing.
Your final 2 were bad, Chips. Everything else was
Tom Brady, obviously. Lawrence Taylor, obviously. And I'm a defensive
good
guy.
Shit, DL.
That was a good one.
Good shit.
Y'all tripping. I don't know why I put Lawrence Taylor up there.
I didn't put him because I put Deion, so I was like,
And I don't want to be biased because I'm a defensive guy, but I'm gonna have to be.
Yeah.
And go Deion Sanders. He changed the game.
Yeah, he has to be in there.
Me and DLs are pretty. Who was your? Yeah,
Sean Taylor. You probably just don't agree with Sean Taylor.
Yeah, Sean Taylor's the only person. I'm taking Sean Taylor out and I'm putting Jerry Rice. So I'm going to go with the best quarterback of all time. When you think of quarterback and winning, you think of Tom Brady. Think of receivers, you're going Jerry Rice. He's the greatest receiver of all time. DB, we already know when we go to DB, we go straight to Deion Sanders. And Lawrence Taylor, the greatest pass rusher of all time.
It was the same thing as mine. It's just not the.
It's yours is fine. And once you took Emmitt out, it was good. It was good once you took Emmitt out. But that Emmitt one was nasty.
So Ed Reed don't got no claim to being considered one of the best DBs. He's playing safety.
When we talk about Mount Rushmore, bro, it's like
I know
the founding fathers, bro. Of like
everybody talks about Ed Reed as safety play, though.
Yeah, but when you think of
he's considered, DB, I know he is considered the best safety to play.
But when you think of a DB, we're saying Deion.
Yeah,
Deion is the most popular DB.
He's the most dynamic. Well, I wouldn't say the most dynamic, but like
I say Reed, popular.
I can give you Ed Reed, but
I wouldn't put him up there.
Different, bro. Like,
it's not just about
Ed Reed could do everything like Deion, but Deion wasn't playing safety.
Yeah, but it's not just about
Ed Reed played corner also in certain situations.
It's not just about how you play. We all know Dion and Ed Reed are amazing players, like generational players we probably won't see again. But it's also who you are and what you meant to the NFL.
Correct.
And I think Dion had a bigger impact than Ed Reed.
I disagree.
Because if there's no Dion, I don't know if we have an Ed Reed. You feel me? And without Dion, there's a lot of DBs that we don't have. I hear you.
Ed Reed ain't never lined up a receiver, bro.
but Ed Reed has crazy return skills. I think better than Dion, in my opinion. You seen him do? Bro.
Dion was high stepping from the 30, bro.
Wayne, you muted, Wayne.
When we get close to the 2-minute mark, bro, we're going to stop this one and start a new one. This pod just keep going.
He has 2 106-yard returns from getting interceptions and taking them back. He holds a record still to this day. When Ed Reed got the ball turned over, you were afraid he said take it to the crib.
Yeah,
every time.
I feel you. I'm not saying they don't have that same.
Dion locked up Jerry Rice.
Yeah, the greatest, the greatest, and I'm just saying the impact, bro. It was the impact.
My real biased one was Ray, because I think
Ray should never been up there.
Greatest defensive player of all time, better than
he's definitely not. But
he's up there. But it's mine. He's the greatest defensive player I ever seen play.
All right, you
were saying Aaron Donald.
You literally just said Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald is not done yet.
He was on Mount Rushmore. That one was a nasty pick.
Yeah, he's gonna be there though.
He might.
It's all said and done, I was thinking about Reggie White, but I think he's gonna end up higher than Reggie White.
Yeah. We'll see.
That's why I put Aaron Donald.
All right, we got a few more NFL topics, and we can get some NBA.
I might just be NFL because I need to be out soon.
7:30. He said 9:30. You be all right.
Well, they changed it.
That's crazy. All right, then you'll just have to dip. But I want to get into this NBA stuff. Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams exchanged a little comments back and forth. Davante Adams said he said it's a hard adjustment going from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer. And Rodgers came back and basically said the same thing about Allen Lazard. So, what do you guys think about this little back and forth between the two?
Not surprised. That is right on with Aaron Rodgers, the way he acts. Like that's his personality.
He's petty, bro. He's petty. He's gotta say those things, and I like it, man. Because I honestly felt like if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm finding that as disrespect. I'm like, nah, you trying me, bro. You try.
Is he trying him or is he bigging up his quarterback?
I don't care what he's doing. I don't care what. As if I'm Aaron Rodgers and you go from me to Derek Carr, and you say that, I'm like, I felt like he put him and Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr in the same room, and I don't think Derek Carr is in the same room as Aaron Rodgers. I just find that. And if I'm Aaron Rodgers,
what did Davante Adams say? I saw what Aaron Rodgers said about.
He said
Davante Adams said the same thing.
Same thing. He's going from a Hall of Fame quarterback to a Hall of Fame quarterback.
That's why Aaron Rodgers said those comments.
Because
okay.
Derek Carr, he called a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I think I just think that was a say. Like,
wait, so what if what if Davante Adams does pretty much similar things to what Aaron Rodgers did? Finds a way to win MVP this year. Has a nice playoff run.
If Derek Carr does that,
potentially win a Super Bowl, and win Super Bowl MVP this year. If Derek Carr does that, is that far fetched of a statement?
No, because
I will
that's
go on
what.
this pod and say I'm wrong. I was wrong.
But that's what that's really what Derek Carr. He's a Davante Adams away from actually doing that. Like he was balling with Hunter Renfrow as his next best receiver, bro.
Hunter ain't trash. No.
He baller.
Hunter is not trash.
Joey loves these. Joey loves these white boys.
No. I didn't say he's great. Wade said he was the best slot in the league a couple episodes ago.
He was the best slot in the league.
You said he is.
I said he's one of the best slots in the league.
No, you said it.
So that's not a bad player to have.
It is, but okay. You said he has the best slot in the league.
I mean, based on last year, he has the best slot in the league.
So is Hunter Renfrow good or not because of Derek Carr? That's
he is good.
Hunter Renfrow was nice in college.
Yeah, Hunter Renfrow was nice. Before he came to the league.
Renfrow didn't really get discovered to that playoff game.
What in Clemson?
Yeah, he wasn't that.
Guys, can we just stop
the whole
saying
time?
And then the next year he balls out.
He balled out the next year.
Oh my goodness.
And then caught the game-winning touchdown.
Wasn't he like a walk-on?
Yeah.
So
was Baker.
His quarterback's making.
Didn't you play
AB was drafted in the 6th round. I ain't hearing this.
Didn't you play JV as a junior?
Pistol Pete Water Gun Jr.
He is good though. He is good. I wouldn't say like.
I think it was a little shade, but I also think it was bigging up his quarterback. He has to big up the guy that he's
for
playing
what?
with.
Nobody's going around and saying Derek Carr is trash.
So that's his quarterback though.
But so this is what I don't understand. As a Dolphins fan, I'm upset because
people know Tua's not that guy.
Hold on. No. See, he didn't say Tua was a Hall of Famer. He said he's a better, accurate, most accurate quarterback in the NFL.
So was Chad Pennington. That's because they can't throw far.
But it does. But check this out though. That is not. I feel like being called a Hall of Famer is better than being called a most accurate quarterback.
Derek Carr actually has like the accolades and everything. So like, been to a couple Pro Bowls.
Hall of Famers.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He has to
Hall of Famer though. I'm like, they're not giving Davante.
They got to dominate for the next 4 years for him to become a Hall of Famer, and I mean like win Super Bowl, go some runs, get an MVP or two. Yeah. He has to do those type of things.
To be a Hall of Famer in NFL takes a lot more than just.
Yeah, I was listening to another pod. Shout out Pick Aside. There's arguing Matt Ryan or Matthew Stafford Hall of Famers, and I was like, neither of these guys are Hall of Famers. Why they were having a debate? It was a good debate though. It was nice. Shout out to them, man. I don't know about that. Yeah. Let's go ahead. I'm going to skip the Chase Young thing. Let's talk about the acknowledgments, defensive coaches that have had a lot to say about Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. So the first thing they said about Patrick Mahomes is if you take away his first read, he's going to start playing street ball and he's not going to know what to do back there. And then the second thing, the first thing they said about Lamar Jackson is that I don't care whatever he does, he could win multiple MVPs, does whatever 12 MVPs. I will never view him as a tier 1 quarterback.
QB1.
That's nasty.
He was saying tier 1 though. What are our thoughts on those two things?
Nasty.
My first thought is they're anonymous for a reason. My thing is they need if they were trying to really mean what they would say, they'd put their name behind it. That's one problem I have with it. And two, I just think it sounds hating to say a guy that wins MVP 12 times isn't
I think it was a little hyperbole.
But seriously, tier 1 quarterback. That's just stupid to say. I saw someone, I think maybe it was Shannon or it was Ryan Clark. One of them said it. If a quarterback wins 12 MVPs, that's the greatest quarterback of all time. So he's saying that just is absurd. I mean, like I said, I don't even know why they're reporting on anonymous quote. Like that. This doesn't put a name behind it.
I don't know.
They don't want to give those players fuel when they play the teams. Obviously,
they're already giving them fuel by being anonymous.
But they don't know what team it is. It's coming from.
I feel like this is the yearly, and we see it every year. And I'm not trying to make things racial, but I feel like every year.
No, you say it. No, say it. It's true.
It's the yearly attack on black quarterbacks.
All the time.
I think we're just getting it now. We just got a little bit later because free agency was wild. So I think now they're just talking about it, and I think it's gonna come down. They're gonna hate on Patrick. They're gonna hate on Lamar. The hate's gonna come, but to make it anonymous, that's you got some hate in your heart.
Someone said Lamar and Patrick must have like tore that defensive coordinator's defense up.
Swear. So that's how I see it, man. You see stuff like that, you brush it off. Don't even care about it.
Smooth. I don't know if you missed.
Oh, the
anonymous DTs. Yeah, and Lamar.
Patty and Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have a comment on it. Trolls gonna be trolls. If they really wanted some beef, they would have added them. That it's just stuff. I just think they're gonna use this for fuel, like you said. It ain't. They do that all the time. Ain't no big deal. It's funny though. It is funny though.
My thoughts on the situation. First, I'm going to talk the Lamar thing. I think that is very stupid to say. Regardless if you say he wins how many MVPs, he could win 3 or 4 MVPs. Lamar, when he won MVP, was in the tier 1 conversation for quarterbacks. He can get back to that conversation. I do think he needs some more weapons. But he's obviously a QB1. Like, this is he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Like, that's something that's very stupid to say. From an anonymous source, you said it anonymously because after you said it, he was like, that's some stupid shit. Don't put that. You can keep it on the record, but don't just say it came from me, all right? So that's what happened. The Patrick thing, there is some truth to that talk.
It's true to a lot of quarterbacks, though.
Yeah, that's some truth to that talk. Patrick is really just starting now to really learn how to read a defense. If you really watch the second half of that Bengals game, especially towards the end of the game, overtime, he did take a look at his first read. If he didn't see it, he would hold the ball too long, run around, and didn't get it. He does miss a lot of opportunities because he does get into that habit of only checking for his first read. It's not there. I'm going to make something happen. So there is some truth to it, but that's not always true. I think he does have his moments in the game. I think when he gets tight, that kind of happens, and he needs to become better with that. So there is a little truth to that saying with the Patrick Mahomes. I don't think it is as egregious as the Lamar Jackson 12 MVP talks. But if he won 12 MVPs and never went to the Super Bowl, that would be fucking wild. Like if he never made an AFC Championship game,
I'd be so upset.
But
that would be crazy.
But do you agree that, because I know what they said about Patrick isn't as bad as Lamar, but do you agree that just to even say it and put that on the record is just petty and hating in general?
Well, Patrick said he just learned how to read defenses.
True, but every quarterback does that.
Well,
yeah, I do agree it's a little hating. It's a little hating, but
listen, if Josh Allen were to do something like that, they wouldn't really be bringing it up that much.
They would shit on Josh Allen before he got Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen's considered almost a bust until he got Stephon Diggs. Let's not forget that.
And that's the thing too. Like, Patrick Mahomes has had Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, so he can run across the field and just throw the ball back across the field and just make a play because Tyreek Hill was fast enough to catch it. Travis Kelce's big enough to catch it. You know what I'm saying? For so long, he's had people to play like him. He plays a street baller. I mean, a lot of the times, like you kind of want a playmaker as your. I'm not gonna say a lot of times, but a playmaker as your quarterback isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, so it's just the next progression Patrick has to make is when to take the easy passes and things like that. So, and that's also an offensive thing too. You have to make schemes for the easy pass to happen instead of everything being a big play.
I think the NFL. I know they still like the big play receivers, but I think they will never get away from game managers. So they're like, game managers is what's going to win us championships. And that's what they like. That's what they love. So when they see a guy like Lamar and Patrick and these guys just making big plays all the time, you're going to have some people hating because like, no, that's
the old timers.
Yeah, that's not the traditional quarterback. Or no, he's not a quarterback. We don't run the ball and things like that. So that's what's going to happen. But.
Mechanic could read music and drumline, bro. Best drummer.
I'm dead, bro. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get to the next topic, which is not going to be too long. So, Kyler Murray had a contract that we picked up last week. Good for him. But there were some clauses in this contract that came out this week that was made very fishy. So he had an independent study clause, which basically said he had to study for 4 hours a week outside of the facility on his own in order to actually to hit incentives and get certain guaranteed money. They have later, since this news has come out and they literally got bashed for it, have rescinded that because they said it didn't come out the way they wanted to do.
Bully ball.
So, question for you guys: one, what do you guys think of the situation for them having a clause? What did that make you think about Kyler and them taking it back? What are your guys' thoughts here?
I think it was kind of like them moving too fast. As far as like putting that in his contract or even releasing. I'm not even gonna say putting in his contract, like them releasing that information and stuff because it came back and bit him so fast. And to say that like any quarterback doesn't study film is just ridiculous. Like that's crazy. Like how do you insinuate that he doesn't study film? Like I know that was a thing with
they talked about him playing video games and stuff.
Yeah, the Jamarcus Russell. Remember the Jamarcus Russell statement? You know, they sent him blank tapes and then they asked him what was on the tapes and he was lying about him watching film and stuff. So I mean, it's very rare for that to happen, but I don't think like someone like Kyler Murray would do that. So for them to even put that in his contract, that's kind of crazy. And it is, like you said, it was disrespectful almost to a point where it was a joke. I do think that the fact that they took it out made it even worse because it was just like if you're gonna do something like that, stick with it. Like don't get bullied into the media. Like don't play into the media, hyping it up or whatever. But I don't think it was something that should have been put in there in the first place. Because Kyler Murray is a student. I feel like he's a student of the game. He was he couldn't be who he is today. He couldn't be as effective as he is today if he doesn't study film. Right. Like he's a small quarterback. Like he has to study film in order to do what he does. So I think it was just kind of something that came back and bit him in the butt, which they should have done in the first place.
I agree with you that they did mess up for taking it out. I think they messed up for putting it in the first place, and I think the reason why they put it in is because for me, because what I just seen how the situation was playing out, you could have I don't know if you guys, but we could have felt how like the Arizona felt that it was like, oh wow, I can't believe Kyler is trying to hold out so he can get a check, and pretty much, and he hasn't performed at the level that they wanted him to perform. So I felt like they put that in there to be petty, and Tyler and not Tyler, Kyler actually went on. He had a conference and he was like, said, no, I don't want anybody disrespecting my work ethic and and how I want to pretty much my knowledge for the game and things like that. So I think they were just I think they're just being petty. I think they're being petty because they had to pay him, and he didn't perform at the level that they wanted him to. And I think they feel like they're in a situation where they're not going to win. But are you going to let Kyler Murray go? And they were like, nah, we don't want to, but let's throw something in there and make it petty about him. And who knows? Who knows that Kyler Murray team wasn't the one that put that news out there to make them look bad.
That is where I was going.
Right? Because I felt like they were being petty. Kyler Murray was like, yo, they're really disrespecting me. And he's like, yo, we got to get our way around this. And I think that's what happened. And they was like, okay, wow, all right, these guys making us look bad as an organization. We got to pull out. If they were 10 toes down, like, nah, like we the boss, we going to leave it in there, it would have made them look a little bit better. But since they took out, they look, weak as an organization.
They tried to leverage him, and that shit came back.
Yeah, that's what happened. They was like, "Are we going to sign that?" And the college team was like, "Don't worry, we're going to make sure this gets taken out." And I think Kyler Murray's team was actually the team that leaked that information because they knew it would have a bad backlash on the Arizona Cardinals because it would make them look at Kyler Murray nuts. So it would make them look, I don't believe in their quarterback and what is going on. And I'm happy that Kyler got it out of his contract because the Cardinals are not doing anything this year. They're going to be lucky to win 7 games.
Exactly. And I think they felt like, oh, they were in a lose-lose situation. Let's be salty about it.
Mm-hmm. So, great job by college team for getting it out because I would have liked that too. That's a crazy clause. Yeah. And he probably doesn't study as much film as he actually needs to. So nothing gets the best of both worlds.
But at the same time, bro, when you're that small, there's only but so much film you can study. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can watch film, but at the same time, you got to make a play, bro. Like, especially, I don't know. I'm just speaking from his size as a quarterback, bro.
Right, you're not his size.
Like a lot. I'm not obviously. I'm just saying, like from him being an undersized quarterback, like your reads are not the same. Like your throwing lanes are not the same. You know what I'm saying?
But you still have to watch film, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch film, but there's only but so much film you can.
Especially as a quarterback, you need to watch film.
And
I think quarterbacks should watch film more than anybody on the team.
I think the film comes though with tendencies. Like you watch film for tendencies most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. And people tendencies tend to change, especially year to year, and because people get better, they get faster, they get bigger, and you got to figure out how they play. So yeah.
As a quarterback, you should be watching more than 4 hours of tape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
Chubbs, you got
Chubbs.
You guys kind of already said it all. I mean, it was good. I mean, glad he got paid, honestly, even though he didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
Last news in the NFL side of things. So Julio Brown. I was like, is it Julio Jones?
Brown.
Julio Brown. Julio Brown.
I just been a creative player. Julio Jones signs a 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady and Julio links up. What do you guys think about this? Do you think Julio's going to get back to his former self? What are your thoughts on this?
Super Bowl.
It's only up from here with Julio.
Super Bowl. Ooh, I like that.
Super Bowl, bro.
I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna like that take, Joey.
That's the best. That's the best receiving core in the NFL.
Mike Evans, yeah.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Julio.
You saw what they did with AB, and now
AB's better than Julio.
AB is better than Julio,
but Julio's not. Julio's a top tier receiver though.
Yeah,
Julio also playing with Tom Brady.
Top tier. I didn't say top 10. I said top tier.
If Julio is healthy, Julio is putting up numbers.
And I don't think Julio would be healthy enough. I actually think Julio's on the downslide of his career.
So this is how I see it, right?
That's I think since Tom Brady resurrected.
So this is the thing. I think Julio has always been the number one. So Julio always had to play. Julio don't always have to play. Julio can miss. And if you can get Julio to give you good, let's say half of the season, and he balls out, and for that half, and he go into the playoffs, and he's healthy, and you have him for the playoffs, that's dangerous.
I agree.
So with the receiving core that they have, the offense they don't need Julio to play every game. And so for me, I would keep.
They got Russell Gage too, which was a nice pick.
But they don't need Julio to even be
Scotty Miller
healthy every game. Like he can go out there and just be a big target. That you still
20 plays a game.
Yeah.
Like.
But people are acting like Julio about to be like a top 5 receiver, and I'm like, no, he's not going to do that.
No. He has the ability to with Tom Brady, bro. He has the ability.
He's not going to play that much, though. We just said that he's not going to play that much.
How do you know he's not going to play that much, though?
If he does play that much,
then he's not going to be healthy.
If he does play that much, that means, and he is playing, he's probably going to come into the best shape of his life. But
he has been injured, bro.
But the thing about this, though, I've seen, and we also have to talk about the Tom Brady effect.
Yeah.
When people go play for Tom Brady, it's different. They go all in.
And they didn't win.
What you say?
They won all but one game, Dwayne. Like you keep saying, I hate when you say
they didn't win though.
They won all but one game.
But
he said when he played with Moss. They went
Moss had a great season.
He broke the record.
It sound like a hate.
He broke the record.
They lost one game.
They only played one season together, guys.
No, they didn't.
Okay. Nah, but I'm focusing on.
But he broke the record.
Okay, so don't focus on the one game.
That's what I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna focus on that one game that they lost.
With their tenure, they didn't win.
Correct.
But in the best year that he had with Tom Brady, bro, they lost one game.
And that was a Super Bowl.
That was Randy's best year.
Eli Manning
it was crazy.
Yeah, and I don't think that's what Julio's gonna do.
No, Julio's not gonna do that, but they don't need him to do that. Yeah.
Does he go for over 1,000?
No.
No, he's gonna get 700 yards.
That's where I was exactly about to put him. I don't think he gets over.
If he gets over 1,000, I'm saying he's not gonna be healthy by the time.
The only way he gets over 1,000 if one of those main guys get hurt. If one of those main guys get hurt, then possibly. But I don't even see him doing that.
I don't know. I can see him putting Godwin in the slot.
Godwin will play slot.
Yeah, he definitely will play. Yeah.
But they also got Russell Gage too. It's pretty good too.
Because if you got your second best corner guarding Julio, you like that?
Hell yeah.
They probably put the second best corner on Mike Evans still.
Hell yeah. Like second best corner on Julio. I love it.
They're probably still gonna put that. They're just gonna respect Julio, so they're still gonna put the best corner on Julio. So.
Yeah. And they have to. So Julio going to that team. I see, well, especially with Tom Brady, I see them winning a Super Bowl, bro. If Julio stay healthy, bro. I think that would be the Rams' biggest obstacle.
I don't think they're making it to the Super Bowl or NFC Championship game again, but we'll see.
Okay. I can't doubt Brady. I doubted Brady before, and I'm not.
I won last year. Goddamn it! I've been right 6 out of the 20.
I was right last year. I was right last year about the Rams, but I was right also when I said the Buccaneers was going to win it. So I just think they're making moves, man. I also believe if AB doesn't leave, the Buccaneers does win.
All right. I'm gonna end this part of the broadcast early. Y'all check for the new one so we can start the basketball. So
I'm about to dip.
Yeah, if you dip, Trey, you dip.
All right. I'm gonna see you.
Dip, baby, dip.